Alright, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Nasai coming back at another video through the Spirit Prophet Yahbashim Al-Shai. You know, and always, Lord willing, I pray these lessons be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I do anything, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Al-Shai, Bashim Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who really teach well. And peace and salutations to Yakim on the four winds, pushing truth and sincerity and diligence. Alright, basically want to do a quick little video while I had a little downtime. You know, just ultimately was meditating, you know, on timing. Let me let this guy pass right here. Shalakia.
What's up, man?
What up, bro? Yeah, nobody really supposed to even be walking over here, man. You know, Salakia, but you know, just like I say, another one coming. God damn. Right? Basically, just, you know, just meditating on timing, and it made me have the thought to think about, you know, the spirit jumped on me, had me thinking about the plot structure, you know, of literature, right? So, you know, when you're dealing with literature, you have a diagram, right? And within that diagram, you have the exposition, which would be the beginning, the rise in action, the climax, and then the what I think is the fall in action, and then the resolution, or something along those lines. You know, brothers can look these things up, you know, but you know, with that exposition, you know, it basically gives, come on, bro. With that exposition, it basically gives the introduction of a story. Like I say, like Genesis, basically. You know, anytime you read stories, you have things like terminology, like in the beginning, and things of that nature, right? And within that beginning, it gives it includes like you know, primary characters, you know, names, settings, and, you know, modes and times, right? And that's why, you know, it's important that, you know, when we're ciphering and rolling through the scriptures, you know, you be able to always track things back to the beginning. You know, actually knowing what the scriptures say for the search of their fathers. Let me get that real quick, because it made me think about that. You know, basically knowing that legacy, you know, that history. Let me see. I know that's Proverbs. Talk about for the search of their fathers or something like that. My phone tripping. Salakia. Not my phone tripping. This is Job 8:8. It says, "For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age." You see, so when we read the scriptures, right, what we're doing is remembering the former age, going back to look at, you know, the acts of old, the actions of old, right? And when we read in that beginning, it's imperative that what we understand what's going on, the setting, the names, you know, of our forefathers, and actually, you know, what went down, right? So it says, of the former age, and prepare thyself for the search of their fathers. And that's what we're doing, you know, by being able to track that lineage, you know, going back to Genesis, being able to track the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You see things of that, you know, different nature that, you know, many don't have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding to actually understand. You know, that when you go back to the beginning, it comes with these different variables, right? So like we said, primary characters, names, settings, and modes and time. So that, you know, in the beginning, it established those things, you see. And from that, you have like we saying, basically Genesis, and from that, it gives you the rundown how everything started, basically laying that foundation. And that makes me think about this scripture right here. This is let me get this. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse what that is, 19, no, 17. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. "For he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending," it says, "in the midst of the times." You see, it says the alterations of the turn of the sun and the changes of the seasons. So we have the wisdom and understanding to know how the earth was created, the understanding of the beginning, right? We have the understanding of the prophecies and how everything is going to end, right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? But it says that how namely the world was made. So he gave us that knowledge of what we will have in this exposition, which will be what? The beginning, man. You see? So I was thinking about that, you know, that literature. So like we about to pass. You know, I was ultimately thinking about, you know, I was tying the literature diagram to what we have received possession of, and that's this wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the scriptures, man. You see, because we have that beginning, we have that rising action, and we're soon to reach that climax where nothing but chaos, right, is going to break out, and through that chaos and war is the return of Yahushua, right? And Yahushua is going to bring in what you would call that resolution. You see, the result of the climax and the falling action, which is that kingdom of heaven that dwelleth with righteousness, man. And that's kind of what, you know, I had wanted to get into. So I'm gonna start off with this. 2nd Esdras 6 and verse 9. It says, for Esau is the matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 7. It says, and then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it? You see, so when shall be the end of what? Of the first of Esau's rulership, of Esau's kingdom, right? And we're measuring that through what? Through the prophecies of what we're seeing go on through everyday life, right? We're taking world news and filtering it with the scriptures, right? So we know what point, right, we are according to prophecy, because this is the mindset that we have, you know, looking at prophecy, paying attention to prophecy, because we understand that that's the only thing on our side in this kingdom, man. Right here, the only thing we have is prophecy, and that's, you know, trusting in Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So it says, for Esau is the end of the world. No, Salakia 8. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we read about Abraham from the beginning. Then we pass down to Isaac and to Jacob, right? We can track that lineage. As a matter of fact, that same lineage we can track back up all the way to Adam. Since, you know, thinking about that beginning. It says, and from him Jacob hands held first the hill of Esau. It says, for Esau is the end of the world. It says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. You see, so every kingdom had a beginning and an end. Matter of fact, the scripture says that the Lord, it says that what he declared the end. Salakia. Did he say he declared the end from the beginning? And that alone just ties into the diagram that we're speaking about when it comes to literature. This is Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. So the Lord is going to, his counsel is going to stand. And the counsel of the Lord is basically what is written about the day of his determination. You see, the things that he's determined to do, the things which he has spoken through his prophets, his holy prophets, right? It says these things were spoken by the prophets since the world began, right? But these things that we're speaking is, you know, ultimately declaring what the end shall be and what the acts of Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be and what he's going to do, man, right? That's his counsel to let you know what shall grab hold of the land. The prophecies, you see, it's the one that say he have long holding his peace, so now shall he cry like a travailing woman. So all the things that the men of the Lord are out on the highways and hedges prophesying, and week in and week out, and you got these electrical epistles that's going out, these things will happen, you see. But the point was declaring the end from the beginning, and that alone shows that, you know, similar to literature, right? You have the, you know, this story that we're living, you know, we're living out. It's the story of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You see, and it has those same things, the beginning, the exposition, you know, leading all the way down to the resolution. You see, and the result of that is going to be a beautiful thing, man. You see, so that's why, you know, brothers get excited. You know, brothers, I ain't gonna say get excited, brothers are excited, man. We're all excited. Hold on, Salaki. All right, because we're seeing and having an understanding of, to know the times that we're in, man. You see, it was a point in time where, you know, the scriptures talk about, is it now time for us to restore all things You see? But we're entering into that time, man. You see, where that kingdom is going to be established, because this one is on its way out. You see? What you will have, and by this place being on its way out, you have that, what you would call the rising action, right? Which basically goes into a series of like plots, events that basically build up, you know, things that it's a build up, and we have to understand and allow that build up. You know, sometimes it get, you know, we had them days, man. Sometimes you had those days because our hope and our faith is just on the point to where our desire is to get out of here, man. You see, earnestly desiring to make it, and, you know, to escape this place, being vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, like it talked about just like in the book of Peter's. You see, and it says that what's the one that say that hope deferred maketh the heart sick. You know, so we have those days, but we have to understand and allow the build up. See, right now, you see, we see the economical collapse, and, you know, things that's being talked about, this whole de-dollarization thing that's being talked about. We see that they're deploying troops, you know, more rumors of wars. This is all a build up. This is the Lord basically putting you know, everything in place. You see, so we have to understand that build up through, you will understand it through what? Through prophecy, man. Right? Knowing that the end not gonna come unless what? That seed here be established in the earth, man. Made mandatory. You see? But all of these things is basically playing out, and it's going to take place for the better, man. You see, so like we're saying, we have that rising action, right? Where you have, see, it's in its name, and it's, I mean, not as in the name, not the name, but it's in the word alone, rising action. So if something is rising, that means it has to reach a peak, or what we will call a climax, man. You see, so this is why timing is perpetual, and the Lord's timing is always perfect, man. Right? So we have to do what? We have to what? Allow that process of build up, right? So what? Ultimately, so what? The power of Yahweh Shemel Shai could be shown. What better way to show your power by deleting this devil, right, and showing him what he really is in the peak of his power, man? Well, what's that one that says that let me get it. This is Proverbs 10:28. It says, Salakia. This is Proverbs. Man, I'm trying to get it in my regular Bible. Not that Bible, this my kind. This is Proverbs. Come on, man. Bear with me. This is Proverbs 10:28. It says, the hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectations of the wicked shall perish. So the imaginations and the things that this devil, his agenda, right? What he's putting all his eggs in that one basket, trusting in that this is, it gotta work. That's how Esau Edom is, man. It's gotta work, right? Because he understand that he have a short time. He understand that, you know, he understand that if this don't work, right, they're screwed. And which they are, man, right? This devil know he's going out of style. He's going, it's like he's going out of fashion, man. He on his way out. You see? Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Job. Just to precept that real quick. This is Job 20 and verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. It says, and when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, which is that destruction, that fire, right? It says, and shall rain upon him while he is eating. You see, so that shows that the expectations of the wicked perishing, man. And this is the glory is going to be given to Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, right? Because we understand that this devil going to come with all he got, with his agenda, with his plan. You see, he gonna go all out, man. Shalak, hold on. All right, you know, I wanted to, let Jake pass, but what I was saying. Yeah. So what we're reading now, we're seeing is that what we talked about that beginning. We talked about that rise in action. Now we're seeing when we enter to the point to where the Lord is destroying this devil and destroying his kingdom, and the things and how it's going to happen. We're at the climax of the story. You see, that climax is what you will have, what you will consider to be what a turning point of that story, right? When the plot is at its most suspenseful moments, right? It'd be like, you be engaged, you be like, you get to watching the movie and the climax of the movie be like, whoa, you tuned in, man, on what's going on, right? And with that climax, it always confronts the main conflict, right? So when Yahushua returns and he's cracked those clouds, what are he going to do? The main conflict and who's he going to address is Esau, Edom, man. And with that, he's going to cast them down. Matter of fact, let me get that. Matthew 24, where it says, shall be a sign of Yahushua coming in the clouds. This is Matthew 24 and verse 30. It says, and it shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. It says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, right, upon the chariots, man. It says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. It says, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven unto the other. So this is that climax, man. See, because when you have when war breaks, see all this war talk, when it really get jumping, Yahushua is going to appear, man. This is the whole climax of the story. Now, when you're thinking about the climax of a story, it's chaotic, right? When you watch movies, the music be going, the thundering and the lightning, just anything that you can think about that make a scene suspenseful when it comes to the elements and the environment and so on and so forth. All of this is going to be in the earth, man. I hope this nigga not coming over here to try and talk, dog. Right? Khan, the water y'all about me outside. Man, that nigga right there, every time he see me, he be trying to come and talk. That's the spirit though, man. That's the Lord knew I was trying to get this lesson in. And I'm glad he didn't bring his ass over here. But it says, and the Lord will not pray that this is, edifying and that, that it's all coming together too, man. Right? But it says, to gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven, even unto the other. Now, yeah, that was it. You see, to gather his elect. This is the climax of the story, man. You see? And before this, we're still going to, all of these things, these events are going to be fast, back to back. You see, you're going to have, before the destruction, you're going to have that chaos throughout that Jacob's trouble. You're going to have that order out of chaos that this devil is basically going to establish. You're going to have these different points and talking points in prophecy. And these are the talking points that this devil is trying to put away with, what he's trying to, monetize, monetize. I'm gonna use the word monetize, man. Right? Matter of fact, let me get this. This is 2 Esdras 13 and 5. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Right? So it's talking about the return of Yahushua. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it, which is what? That chariot. It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereunto the hill was graven, and I could not. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. It says, so hey, when Yahushua appears, man, on the chariots, man, it's gonna be great. And it's gonna be what a great fear, right, that come over the land, that come over the people. The scriptures tells you that that the earth shall tremble, right? It says that the people shall tremble, right? I think say one is the earth shall tremble and the people, both, brothers know what I'm talking about. But it says, Salakia, for not being, on point on what the verse say. But it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword or any instrument of war, but only I saw that he had set out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast off sparks and tempest. So the Lord is going to have the chariots zapping shit to powder. Matter of fact, the scriptures say that. It says that the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. But it says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden and an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only the dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. You see, so when Ezra saw these things, it brought fear upon him, right? As it should, and as it will upon the earth, man. You see, everyone is going to be standing in great fear when Yahushua returns, right? It says, and afterwards saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and I called him, and call unto him and other peaceable multitude. You see, so this is going into the return of Yahushua, right? And the point of me bringing that is because we're talking about this climax. This is going to be the peak of what we call, life. This is going to be the peak of, this is going to be the peak of the story, the peak of the movie. I'm gonna say that, man, because this is a movie, you see, that's already been written, right? And we were given the ability to foresee, right, what is to come. Because also in literature, you have a thing called foreshadowing, foreseeing, foreknowing the scriptures, and that shows you that everything comes from the scriptures, right? Because what you get, those words from literature are dealt with in the scripture, to foreknow, to foreshadow, to see before, right? So it says, that was it on that, so just all in all, we talking about this climax, and we also have that falling action, which is the period of time of a story that follows the climax. It's like right behind the climax, and what that does is it leads to what? To the resolution, right? And it clarifies and gives edification on why these things took place, or anything that would leave you confused, and which truly the prophets are the ones that are out giving you that understanding now. The men of the Lord that are in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, right, speaking the truth and nothing but the truth, they're making everything clear now on why the things that are happening in the earth and what shall take place in the earth. You see? That's right. You see, and what does that do? That leads to what we would call the resolution. You see, the resolution, which would be when you think about resolution, you think about the result, or the end result, right? Basically how the end game, right? And so let me get them pass. Right, and through that end game, and the point of me, Lord willing, is edifying. The point of me bringing this utilizing the terms of the diagram and putting it all together is to show how beautiful the story is, how beautiful it's going to be when we continue to have patience, right, and allow the Lord to work. You see, because we got to continue to have patience, and ultimately the key ingredient is that faith, man, to know that these things are true, man. You see, because when we're talking about this resolution, we're talking about gaining power. Oh, matter of fact, let's get that. Yahweh's kingdom being established. What do you say? If this was then my kingdom, then will my servants fight? That kingdom, man. Right? We got to be visionaries, man. We got to see these things. You see, just as the men of old were visionaries. That's why they were called seers. Right? This is Revelations 2:25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And that's this faith, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord have basically given us the ability to have, man, which is a gift, right? And we can't neglect it. The scripture says to neglect not thy gift. Matter of fact, it's one that tells you that your gift make room for thee, man. You see? So it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to keep my works unto the end, to have faith unto the end, right? To do the will of Yahweh Shema Shai to the end, to have that on the forefront of your mind until the end. To him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. You see? Because what the Lord told Yahweh Shai to sit down there at my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. Right? And we're seeing the events that's leading up to that, man. You see that kingdom of, Yasharallah, right? That kingdom of Yahushua basically being established, man. You see, and through that kingdom being established is going to be the resolution to all problems in the earth. Because see, right now the earth is greatly polluted in wickedness, right? And that wickedness is going to fade away when that righteous kingdom and authority is basically put in order, man. You see, and through that we're going to receive what? Power. He said, with you will I break in pieces the nations, man. So this is why timing is everything ultimately, right? You know, timing is everything, and basically understanding that these things will basically take place in the time most convenient, right? Right when we need it to, these things are going to happen, because guess what? Yahweh Shem Yahshua is always on time, man, right? And the scriptures tell you that too. It says that it shall happen in time convenient. It talks about the enemy coming in like a flood, but the Lord lifting up a standard. And time convenient is that going to happen. We got to wait and trust upon the Lord and trust in those miracles, because I'm gonna be real, man. I always think about the times that we're entering into, and I understand that, you know what I mean? We think about how the only way out of that, the only salvation is through Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But the scriptures, that's why we have the names, right? The Lord has given us the true names. The Lord has given us this faith to utilize, man. You see? And actually understanding the perfect time. Hold on. Yeah, what up? Yeah, what? Fuck no, I don't have nothing to write that down. What up? I didn't tell you shit. Yeah, I ain't get this in my car. You ain't got one? Write it. You already got the pictures. Man, write that shit down. You say you gotta do what? Nah, I ain't got shit. I ain't even got no paper for that shit. Nah, but let me hit you right back. Just send them. You already sent them to me? I'm writing them all down. Alright. Get off my line. Alright, if I was rudely interrupted, I forgot what I was saying, but it made me think of this. I'm gonna get this precept. Salakia. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and verse the day of doom 7:43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. It says, in the beginning of immortality for to come. See, we read earlier is that what Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it, and that's that kingdom of righteousness, man. You see? And that it says that right here, that the day of doom, which is the end of this civilization, the end of this eon, this kingdom, right? It says, in the beginning of the immortality for to come, because after this we'll receive that immortality, because guess what? That kingdom is going to be eternal, where we shall never go off, never sin, right? Never have a wicked thought, man. That's going to be beautiful, man. You see? It says, wherein corruption is past. So death is past. This flesh is past, right? And within that, Esau, Edom will never rise again. The scriptures talk about that in Isaiah 14 chapter. It says that they shall not fill us the cities with faces again, or something along those lines, man. Right? So this is our, our faith and our hope, you see? And these things will happen according to prophecy. We know that these things will happen. For the scripture says, for we know. It tells us in 2 Ezra the 4th chapter, it says, well, wickedness is sown, least to be turned upside down, then cannot that come which springeth up with good. So that kingdom can't come unless this one falls. So what are the prophets going to continue to do? Chant this place down by mere speech. Constantly call upon the names of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. If you are ordained a prophet by Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that's what you're going to be doing, man. Right? So with that, knowing these things, we must continue to pray for shorter days, right? And that that destruction come, right, upon this captivity, right, and salvation from on high, man, right? And that's the only way to turn everything around, is ultimately through war. So we're seeing it, man. We're seeing it being talked about, man. We get excited, like we've been saying, man. We get excited when these things happen, and we understanding that we have to continue to understand that, just like literature has a diagram that it has to follow and go through to make the story beautiful, right? So does the story, the movie of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You see, which is a beautiful movie, which is a beautiful story, man. You see, once you grasp and understand, what's going on and why it took place. You see, to see the scriptures tell us, thus with violence shall Babylon be thrown down. With violence, this devil gonna go down, man. When you read Sirach, the 35th chapter, it said, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach to the clouds. You see, so if we're being accepted with favor and our prayers are reaching into the clouds, we got to continue to pray for that violence to come down upon this devil, man. You see, and ultimately with that, trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and understand that, hey man, the Lord is going to do everything that He has spoken, everything that because they say faithful is He who promised, man. All in all, so that was really what was on my spirit, just tying a diagram of literature, to the story of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which the story that we're playing out and we're living and being characters in, so the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shai for giving us His spirit and His wisdom. I pray this lesson was edifying, so I really didn't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna just close it out with that. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Natham Mashanaka Bala Askom Shah Yasharala, and Washalawam, Baba Bakiyah Shah Yasharala. Peace and blessings. Oh, what he doing? Salaki, I thought bro was about to come over here. All right, till next time, Shalom.